Listen, I am not going to do it from my kitchen forever. I promise. I promise. I just got some crazy stuff going on, so I'm just doing it from my kitchen. Welcome to Nightcap. This is my time where I yell and scream at the clouds. Nobody listens right now, but someday this will go down as some of the best uh, ghetto punditry you ever fucking heard of. Anyway, listen, I don't have a lot, but the big topic that we're all, everyone's talking about is abortion. Of course, now that the discussions from the Supreme Court are out and everybody's talking about it, now they're essentially kind of backpedaling or trying to essentially say that this isn't final, blah, blah, blah. So the crazy thing about all this is that we knew this was going to happen. You got people like Susan Collins saying, "Oh my God, the justices have lied." Well, the big thing that's going to happen from this is the unintended side effects. For instance, you're going to have some of these right wing states go nuts and talk about banning Plan B. They already did suggest that Tennessee is already in the process of banning Plan B. What's next is going to be any contraceptive, anything that goes outside of the Judeo-Christian viewpoint, that is sex outside of marriage. These people are going to come after. And you always hear them talk about the war on Christmas and how they're always being persecuted. And quite frankly, this is them inflicting their worldview on everyone else by suggesting that contraception is somehow you know killing babies. I'm telling you, that's where this goes. You always got to think, what's the end game? What is the end result of all this legislation? What's the end? What does it look like when they get all their wishes? And so I guess nobody has abortions out in the open because, again, they're illegal. So every state has banned abortions. So now if you get pregnant, I'm wondering if you're allowed to get contraceptives in their end game, because you would want to do everything you can to make sure that people can't get pregnant so that they can't have abortions. And since we know abortions in their end game are illegal, now we've got them saying, all right, let's ban contraceptives. I'm telling you, this sounds crazy. It sounds like hyperbole. But when these things happen, then people say, all right, why are we banning abortion? Why stop at 15 weeks? Why stop at 8 weeks? Why stop at 6 weeks? Why not go down to, the date of conception? And a lot of people watching this might say, yeah, exactly. Well, I think that what's going to happen then is you're going to have the religious zealots pushing to ban contraception. That sounds crazy, but that's what was going on. I've said this. This is like a broken record. I'm saying the same dumb fucking shit because it doesn't seem to be getting through to people that this is not just a win for conservative. This is a loss for a bunch of other things that are kind of layered on top of this precedent that was set. So I'm not a jurisprudence expert law guy. I don't know shit about squat. Like Ruth says, I don't know fuck about shit. I don't know shit about fuck. What I do know is that the folks that are looking to ban or prevent any freedoms that happen aren't looking to create freedoms for everybody. They're looking to impose a worldview. These are the same folks that spout, hey, we need to be free, we need to be free, yada, yada, yada. And so it's like this fucking projection that happens. And you know that when they ban things, they're really looking to circumvent freedoms. They're circumventing the women from having their own options and their own autonomy over their body. I don't know what the end game is. I don't see so no one has abortions, and I guess everyone's waiting till marriage to have sex. I guess that's probably in there. Somehow they'll legislate that because again, if we're really going to really chase after this whole life at conception, then we've got to stop any conception. That's just where where the logical path to go is. If I'm a pro-lifer, I'm saying, you know what, we just got to make it so really, really hard for people to have sex, so that way they don't have abortions. I mean, if you're looking at me going, you're not making any sense, Nate, it's because I'm trying to walk through their logic. I'm literally trying to walk through the logic that says, hey, what our worldview looks like when we have everything we want. So now abortion's illegal. So now what does the world look like? And so they don't think about this, but they're thinking, you just can't stop at abortion. You have to really go after the conception. So this is just what's going to happen. You're already starting to see it in Tennessee. They banned Plan B. You're going to see other places ban condoms or make condoms, put a tax on condoms or something to prevent people from having sex before marriage. That's really the ultimate goal. I can't see what else, if once you're done fighting abortion and Roe v. Wade is overturned, or you have carte blanche to do whatever you want at the state level, then what's to stop a state from just saying, look, we don't want people to come to our state to have sex, let alone have abortions. So we're just making it very difficult to get contraceptives. This is what's going to happen. And then, of course, you have the opposite effect. You have people having children outside of wedlock. And because, they don't have contraceptives, uh, I don't know. I'm rambling, but it's the frustration that I have a lot of frustration watching people just argue one side or the other without even saying what their end game is. Even liberals, okay? Now abortion is completely free and accessible and it's safe. Okay, well that end game looks like a very good end game because it says, "Hey, look, if you want an abortion, you can have it. It's safe, it's legal, there's no shame in it." It's done, with the consent of a doctor, or depending on. I'm okay to say, look, a woman should have a doctor work with her on this because not to change her mind, but certainly to help give her the safest alternatives for the termination of the pregnancy. I don't see I don't see that as being a terrible end game for liberals. And so when I paint the picture of liberals endgame of like, all right, free access to women's health care, they have full autonomy, they can decide what they want to do, it's safe, there's no shame, it's clean, it's safe. Again, there's no risk of future damage because it's not done in the street, it's done by medical professionals. That end game seems fine to me. I don't see what the fuck's so difficult to understand about that. So, of course, you can argue, one could argue, well, maybe people don't want to have abortions, or maybe there's some effect to say abortions aren't the best option, but that's a woman's choice. So let's say we make it free and accessible and easy, but we also make it free and easy for women to have children and support their children and fucking, have be able to take off from work. And so it's a whole comprehensive approach that we're going to do. If we're going to say that we're going to control women and force them to go to term, then we have to say, okay, here's all the services that you're going to have access to because the state is forcing you to have this child. I mean, these are the kind of things that you have to start thinking about when you look at, all right, yeah, I'm fucking pro-life, but what does it look like when I get my wish? Are there going to be side effects that we didn't think about? Probably, most likely, because that's the reason why they fought for in the first place. Anyway, listen, I'm going to get back on the grind. Smashing the Party is not dead. It looks like I've been slacking lately, but it's just because I've been trying to fucking lift my head up other places. But everyone that's still here watching, I appreciate it. I'm going to end tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. This is my last week, and then I take a week off, and we're going to come back hot. So I appreciate the likes, the shares, the comments, even the where the fuck are you, dude? The fuck you been? And you're slacking. I don't care. All of it's good. Appreciate it. Keep coming in. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10:30. Nightcap. After hours is coming, by the way. I'm looking again. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm talking to the people at the Candy Factory. I'm talking to my people. We're getting studio space, so hang tight. If not this next session, then the session after that, we should be in our studio. Okay. So shit's fucking happening. Anyway, take care. Don't believe everything you hear. Make sure you check your fucking sources. Make sure you follow, share, like, comment, blah, 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 blah. All right.